Okay, they are in game. Let us right now spectate their game. Rusfit Engineering, Saxony Patriotic, and Polania Agricultural. Here it is. Currently Rusfit to move as game one with the engineering board. I have played this scenario before as Saxony, and I was able to secure a victory right there. I just figured that Rusfit's repeated movement is the biggest strength, but with -1 territory being the penalty, it's kind of quite difficult to say there. Trading for 2 oil. Oh, okay, this is new. So what's the idea here? Is he gonna move and then produce to an upgrade? This is new to me though. I have not seen this. Anyway, Saxony to move now. I think what Rusviet should be focusing is to be able to finish, I guess, before Saxony comes out and goes about in a rampage. Being the engineering board doesn't really give you a lot of a power, to say the least, right? Unless you are able to open your power enlist. So this is a curious start by Rusviet. So what is this, like you're going 2 workers or yeah, I wasn't too sure. Okay, Saxony Patriotic apparently opening by moving the workers into the metal. This is not something that you see as Saxony Patriotic. You would see that they would move them to the tundra to then produce 2 oil and then move with the upgrade. I mean, you can still trade for 2 oil, but you just throw away 1 coin when you could have just produced. Okay, Rusfit getting their upgrade here. What's he upgrading? The mech? The upgrade. So looking like the enlist, the upgrade route is what it's going for. I suppose being careful not to open up to more than 3 workers so that you produce and not really have to spend any power for that. Okay, so right now Polania is the most common opening that I've seen. So it upgrades what? Yeah, the deploy. May look into invading Rusvit pretty soon if not careful. So Rusvit has to stay on his toes. Okay, so Saxony moving. This is not really a start you see a lot. Oh, isn't that nice? You get a worker and 3 oil to get an upgrade. Man. Yeah, this is good. This is excellent for Saxony right here. He might have just found the golden jackpot right there. And then produce gives enough oil to upgrade again, making your mechs even cheaper. So yeah, that's like a jackpot right there for Saxony, despite moving everybody to there. Okay, here we go, Polania. 1 mech is ideal, which it does not get. Enlist is looking nice. You can then also produce a structure, produce to build a structure at the fact. These 2 options are looking very nice for Polania. You bring yourself closer to the enlist star, and you also have chances to pursue the build star given the factory. So this is pretty good. These 2 options. Polania drops to 2 popularity and to 4 coin, but gets the coin back from the upgrade here. If I were playing as Polania, I would take options 2 and 3. And, it's within close range of Rasviet as well. So Rasviet also needs to be very careful of Polania invading the base real quick. Okay, there out goes the enlist. So the enlist, it doesn't seem like anybody's enlisting out real quick. But does it need power? I might open the coin enlist actually, the deploy. Deploy enlist is looking like a nice one to open. Makes you a little rich. And then, the game develops after getting the factory. Again, both players needs to keep themselves on their toes for any potential Polania invasions. And this is looking like the closest target. All right. Still waiting on Polania. So where did it go? So paid there, gets one enlist. Oh, he took the first option after the fact. Okay. Wasn't really what I figured was optimal. Kind of like getting a structure is keeping you closer to the upgrade to the build star. If you needed to change your gameplay in the middle as you go, then I think taking the forward is nice. So it allows you to, as Polania now, trade 2 metal, and then you build your structure, then you have the choice to move actually if you want to move and take an encounter. Nobody is getting out pretty quick, so you move and take the encounter. And then you move the mech right here, close in sight of Rasviet. Then you trade 2 metal again. You go to the factory, you invade Rasviet, and you're pretty much in control. So I thought the wood was the optimal option there. Okay, so Polania did open the mech list, which I think is a good choice. All right, uh out goes submerged. So it can move now if it so desires, right? You keep everybody in their toes by having one mech in the lake, and as you deploy speed, then you move to kill your required target. Okay, so Rasvid going for an early township here. So does he have like a machine over muscle? Does he have the upgrade? No. So okay, so the Saxony just completed foundations there. So Rasvid does not have enough food to go to the factory with an enlist. Maybe this is a machine over muscle kind of a strategy. I can't say for sure. Okay, Polania producing. Yeah, I would have really liked to see that what is it? That structure, you can even build an armory, right? To get power as you go. Okay. So what does CrossFit want to see here? If he's going to keep upgrading, then probably an upgrade factory card. Oh, an enlist factory card. Okay, that's pretty nice. And also the upgrade, right? Because you enlist or upgrade. So a nice choice by Rasviet here. It does need to get some coins as well and power by opening the power enlist, and then you produce to get power and power. If you're Rasviet engineering with more than 3 workers, as per the usual, you really don't get very powerful. So this is interesting play by Rasviet. Okay, so Saxony Patriotic, this is looking like a produce next turn. So it does have produce, and then, or does it trade for 2 food for since he already upgraded his enlist? You produce, you deploy your mech within sights of sorry, not Saxony, within sights of Razviet right here. Needs 2 turns. Okay, so I was right. He's getting the power by keeping under 3 workers. Taking this, looking probably for food as the best option here. Or does the structure do any good? Yeah, I wasn't too sure there. I'd probably like to see the food there, but I suppose he's keeping in sights of tier 2. So this is looking like it's going to be a bit of a stall. Maybe he understands the penalty, right? If you spread as Rusfit, you don't really get a lot of points. So score right now, Rusfit's pretty down there. But it might change. Okay, so Polania keeping pressure, keeping everybody on their toes with having the mechs there. Of course, right now within close sights of Rusviet. But Rusviet's about to get pretty powerful, right? With the power enlist there. So he's gonna get like 4 power at the very least. He's going for the upgrade star. So right now, Rusviet's play here is going to be reaching to tier 2. You can reach to tier 2, but with your factory card having to spend 1 popularity, it's gonna be a bit difficult though. This is looking like a produce for Rusviet, yeah. Probably upgrading the enlist. Yep, okay. But he doesn't have a move upgrade yet though. Doesn't seem like he's gonna move. He upgraded the coin. So getting rich and also going to tier 2. So did Saxony traded for 2? Oh yeah, he did trade for 2 food. So also taking a bit of the conservative route right here. Okay, so if Rusfit does not take the combat card enlist, then I think it would have to take the combat cards from his enlist here. I think this one. He is looking for like tier 2, it seems. But with the factory card that he has, it may prove a little difficult though. Meanwhile, Polania, what factory did he get? He has paying 1 combat card to get 3 resources. Seems pretty good. If you're going to enlist as Polania, you will need 3 food. You can get pretty powerful though. Right, as it stands, you're at 2 power, so it's going to be quite difficult. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, he's probably going to get an encounter somewhere now. Most likely, if Saxony wants to take the encounter, maybe here? Oh, okay, up there. Getting 1 popularity. Oh, yeah. Even Paul is looking at tier 2 options here. Taking the first option and then the second one to open the another end list. Everybody has 1. So Polania probably looking to open the combat card enlist, or even the power. Not too sure. I think the combat card is safer, in my opinion. Okay, we're thinking. If I were Polania right now, I would take the first 2 options. And I'd open the combat card enlist to then get some power or popularity. It's fine. You open the combat card enlist, you're going to enlist on the next turn, right? looks like. If you're enlisting on the next turn, you are within sights of Saxony, though. Someone with a lot of power. Okay, so he takes the second option for 3 more food. So now, Polania would have to probably spend this or run away first before Saxony comes within sights. I'm pretty sure Saxony is gonna deploy underpass now, and with a move upgrade as well, no less for Saxony. Yeah. All right. So I thought that Russia was gonna do what I thought it was gonna do by spending, not spending, by gaining 2 coins there, opening another enlist. Opens the combat card enlist. Definitely trying to get some combat cards from Polania. So this might be looking like another produce by Rusviet. You know, you produce each time you get power, right? And you just took 2 power from the enlist, so that puts you what in 9 power. But at the same time, also might get the workers unless he's doing another 3 worker strategy. At this point, Rusviet needs to stay in. He might have to go and find tier 2 from the encounters. If he doesn't get a lot of encounters, then it might be difficult. Because Rusviet has already taken the popularity enlist, he doesn't have much more to depend on. Okay, Rusviet getting strong. Oh wait, it was just the power bonus from Saxony's upgrade there. All right. Rusviet now having to be careful now because Polania is now getting strong and may potentially hurt Rusviet from one angle or another. Already has enough upgrades now to be able to open a mech. Considering how I think Rusviet's gonna go to tier 2, it's highly unlikely he's gonna kick all of these home. All right, so Saxony just deployed +1 speed. Ready to go to the factory, but I think producing first to then spread your workers out is the best go. And do you have enough upgrades to? Oh yeah, he already has 4 upgrades. Look at that. Didn't even pay attention. He was already at 4 upgrades. Produce 1 and he gets 2 more. And then he needs to get 2 more foods, 2 more oils somewhere. It doesn't seem like Saxony may go the enlist route here. We only 1 enlist and 5 workers. It doesn't seem like he's going to enlist. Probably banking on the power star then, if you can reach there. If he has like the power enlist open, he could have taken some from Rusviet there. Anyway, this game seems to be going rather steady for everyone. Polania doesn't seem like it can hit anybody yet, though, in my opinion. Saxony still cannot invade this. Saxony doesn't care about the popularity, so still cannot shoo all of this home unless it opens Riverwalk. But I don't. But he just made his bolster action deploy, so that's not gonna happen in like 3 turns. He doesn't have uh Riverwalk, so may still take some time. Polania is getting some encounters. It might pay for Polania to also, I guess, deploy a mech But I guess he sees that he's within range of Saxony right here, so... All right. 2 combats for Polania. I'm not sure if this is wise by Polania. He is fighting 2 opponents of equal power, even though he has the biggest combat card. Seems like Saxony's combat is first. Saxony's probably going to put like 10, I would say. Keep in mind that Saxony can move at this turn, so even if he throws, he's just going to come back here. Yeah, because Saxony just moved. And just bolster and deploy is what I meant to say. And of course, it can move right after this. So even if he throws this, it's kind of fine. But I think just to be on the safe side, you would want to spend like 7 power, as I was saying. All right, Polania now down to 0. Doesn't seem like a tier 2 game then for Polania. He had 3 popularity before. Yeah, lost 3 right there, so... Yeah, Saxony definitely should not have thrown that. Thrown just 2. If Saxony was to lose, I would say he had to have put like... Yeah, like I said, 7, you know? You had 2 units, so you could have spent like 2 combat cards. Now, getting this back from Saxony would be... from Polania would be quite difficult. I mean, you still can put 2 units, right? Over here and attack. Anyways, let's focus on Polania right now. Doesn't need this, really. I mean, he can't even take that. He can take this and get another upgrade, right? How many upgrades does he have? Oh, 2. He can take this and get another upgrade. You know, make your enlists cheaper. Does not go for it. And you put 1 worker over there as well, which is, I think, pretty nice. 1 more extra territory being controlled. All right, Saxony getting their 2nd mech out. Oh, Rusvia, did I say Saxony? Okay. Yeah, in my opinion, Saxony should have won this combat. Okay, so Polania, not with too many options of combat, right? You do have a combat star. It looks like you're going to get your enlist next, your worker next. So that's 3 stars and then maybe a potential objective. So that's 4. Although Saxony has already submitted a foundation, so I don't think that's going to happen. Right. Saxony moving to get an encounter, not the factory, surprisingly. And there it goes. With 2 units. So what's the play here? You have 2 combat, you have 4 combat, you can spend 2. And on the off chance that Polania does the factory move and takes this, then you gotta just, yeah. Okay, so if I was Saxony here, if you should have taken the factory, you have flexible movement choices as well. So if I was Saxony here, I probably would put about 10. Not full blowing it out to 12. This only makes it that much more appealing for Polania to attack this. Oh, but the power does change things. So the 2 power, I think, is gonna change a lot. You put you to 7 power, defend against Polania's next incoming attack is a good idea. Yeah, that was very useful there. Okay, these players may start to need to watch out for their combat cards. They might run dry here. And also Polania now, if continuously attacking, may also have to start watching out for Saxony being able to keep getting combat stars, right? You never know what Saxony's second objective might be. You know, if he has a second objective, then gonna be quite tough. Okay, balanced workforce it is for uh Polania, which I think is good. Yeah, you have 4 workers and 4 enlists. You're gonna get your workers next with 1 mech, and then seems pretty solid here for Polania. If it takes tier 2, I think it may do just fine. Not a lot of penalty to speak of here. Okay, so Rosfiat, does he want to speed up 1 turn here? Okay, staying intact here. I'm not sure if any of these players are looking to get tier 2 because Rosfiat is looking like kind of rough if Polania ends pretty quick. And let's not forget to mention that Polania really only needs 1 more combat to speak of. And this is always within sights. You know, if Polania can get a combat somewhere from either Rusvit or Saxony, then this may look towards in Polania's game. Okay, out goes the 3rd mech. Good. Okay, next is a produce to 8 workers, and then you just need 1 more mech. You produce and then you start moving, right? Which mech did he open? Camera. Oh, that's probably not the mech you would like to have open. You don't really uh, particularly care for popularity at this point. So opening River Walk would allow you further spread. You want to keep your last mech on the ropes, just in case that you still need to continue moving, and then you deploy on your last turn, because 1 trade is enough. So I'm not too sure if I agree with the option of deploying camaraderie there for Polania. Polania has to end quickly before Rusfield has the chance to get out and about. Okay, so Saxony needing two oil somewhere for Saxony. I was hoping for some, I suppose, in the encounter there. Okay, Polania Agricultural now with 4 stars. Just needs 1 combat from looking like Saxony, I think. Saxony may have to move this to the factory or somewhere, right? You can't go to the factory, and he's not. Oh, I think Polania now has a. I think Polania now has an opportunity to attack this using the factory card. Although, yeah, it does go to 9 power, right? Polania now has the opportunity to attack this, going full power, of course. Saxony cannot reach on the next turn with this one, and with no factory move, I think that is really advantageous. You take like 1 mech here for Polania to attack this, spending all the power, literally everything, 12. And if the points still don't cut it, then it can begin spreading a little bit, even though the territory bonus is not looking sharp. So yeah, Saxony is currently the one you gotta watch out for. But still though, Saxony is a bit of 5. So you gotta beat Saxony by 5. I think it's good. Okay, so does a regular move. I think it had a chance to attack Saxony right here using the factory move. Taking 1 mech to attack this, I think was the right play. But he's still keeping pressure though on Saxony, playing it like this. Okay, so Russia taking some territory does not permit Saxony access to the factory now. So that only makes it less mobile for Saxony. Looking to produce all the workers. I mean, technically Polania can use the factory card and use this to kick all the workers, but I don't really think you need to slow Rusviet down any more than it's already being slowed down. All right, so Saxony, you gotta move, you gotta spread. Doesn't look like it can produce, so you're gonna have to trade two more oil here if you're gonna complete a combat somewhere. Or if you have your second objective, yeah, you can't really fight any. Yeah, you can fight this actually. Right, you can use the player to fight this, and if you can complete your other objective with maybe diversify, then I think that would have been everything. So it's looking like what, a mountain advantage? Nope. Or yes, could be. Looking at some suicide options here for Polania. Polania is still winning. Yeah. Let me see the territory though. Oh, Polania has more territory, but the bid is 5 over. So Saxony is bid 5 over Polania. Currently Polania winning, but have to start watching out though. So does not see an upgrade, unfortunately. He really wants to see an upgrade. So I suppose the first option is really all the best you've got. Actually, if he had an upgrade and he completed objective, then I think he would have finished the game. So let's see here. What do we have now? Polania is probably deploying. Saxony cannot move. Gonna deploy right here. The last, yeah. Now, uh, Polania just needs one more combat somewhere. And it looks like he may get it in the factory. Okay. So, didn't see the encounter that Rasviet wants, but at least this way he gets the star, the endless star. He needs the mech, the upgrade, and a combat and an objective. Not sure if he has enough time for all that, considering that Polania can finish. With 6 power, I think Polania can take the factory here and just call the game, I think. So you take the factory, yeah, you're winning. Saxony -5 is 36 -4 is 32. And then Polania taking the factory would be, so this is +1, +3 territories and then -2. So +1 territory gives you, so +1 territories gives you +2. Oh, right. So it gives you +1 territory. Oh, okay. CrossFit looking like there's no comeback here. Polania like with 7 combat cards, just hoping, that it has the good combat cards to fight here. Or actually, you can even fight Saxony right there. Because Saxony is kind of who you want to take down. And as I was saying it. Does he have a 5? If he has a 5, then you can spread more workers here. Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, this is kind of over, really. Polania takes the win. Yeah, CrossFit was too slow right there. So, yeah. Okay, so it seems like he has a 5 right there. He can spread with this too, however he looks at it. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is a very good one by Polania. I think Polania played that quite efficiently. Pretty good play. Yeah, I think Polania did everything right, really. 39-52, yeah, nothing more to speak of. Even with the territory penalties, it's like so 52 with no bids for Polania and taken away 8 territories is 44. 39 minus 5 is 34, and then another -3 is 31. 44 to 31, kind of huge. And 33, take away 12 is 11, and then take away 5 is 7. So very well done to Polania right there.